welcome you guys for our Urbana Township meeting. We're going to do a pledge of allegiance, and then I'll give you a little more update. So we'll start with pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you guys. I appreciate all you guys that came in new. Nice to see some new faces. Appreciate that. This is our Urbana Township meeting, and more or less we'll have some time for you guys to talk. We'll have a public comment period. And once we get through our business and that type of thing, then we'll ask if you guys have a comment or more or less just want to listen to today or tonight. So I just wanted to give you a little update what's going on here. So then you'll probably learn some things how we handle some business. If you have questions, you can always ask them at that time too. So, and I'll let you know what it is. So. Okay. All right, we're gonna talk about the minutes of the previous meeting. Have been distributed. Are there any corrections to the minutes to the previous meeting or financial status reports?
I made one change. To the very end under executive session, I added there was no formal action taken on the final minutes. And also, in the last meeting, it was brought up that there were 3 complaints, and I only have one from Anthony and Selmo. Do you guys have?
Yeah, the 2, I gave you those that night. I laid them right here.
Okay.
So they might, yeah, there was 2 signed complaints.
This is all I have is an email. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, that's already been taken care of anyway.
Does Sean have a copy of the complaints?
No, I brought them in that night.
All right, I'm gonna have to find that then. Yes.
Yeah. It was 2 from the Jacksons. Right there, there's 1.
So on the complaint form, I thought that you guys had indicated they would be, is that it?
There should be another 1. Here, that they were in there.
Okay, all right. So, then that would be it.
Anthony's taking care of all that complaint. It's been dismissed.
Okay.
And then Sean's already gotten some things back. Well, we'll talk about
Okay,
that when
that's fine.
Thanks, Stevie. Anything else? You guys have any other questions or comments?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the minutes with the corrections that Sandy just talked about. Did we have anything that we sent to citizens or
I do
residents?
have one to Buddy Ballard, that one reply that we did to him. I don't know if we had that in the last meeting.
Buddy wasn't at the last
No,
minute. It was just Mr. Eaglesizer.
Right.
That was in the one before. Were there anything?
No, I didn't have any. I didn't hold back on any. We didn't have any questions
Okay.
Okay.
So,
to answer later.
Okay, so I move that we accept the minutes with corrections that Sandy just stated. And I also move that we accept the financial reports as presented.
Okay.
I second it.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes and the financial status reports and the minutes for the additions that Sandy mentioned. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion is carried.
you can sign that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sandy. Okay, we're gonna move on down to the road maintenance report, and I will reply to that. Some of the road maintenance activities from October to today's date. We had the final road mowing going on out through the township on many of the roads. We had a road sign check. We do have some signs that we do want to replace that are due to poor visibility or maybe lettering is kind of falling off, and those are going to be, at least I'd like to see what you guys think. I'll tell you what the cost of that would be. It'd be for Jadora Drive and Oakview Drive. It doesn't mention the township numbers on it, but it does, but it's gonna be a little nicer, bolder sign, so we're gonna make it pretty sharp looking sign. And that's due to reflectivity issues at night. You can't see it when you're coming up, especially if somebody's getting a pizza or something like that, you can't see it, or just driving down through that lane, you can't see it, so that was one of the 2 signs that we'd like to update. Or 2 of the 2 signs. A lot of other things going on with the road maintenance, mower repairs, we had a new battery had to put in, do one of the mowers, battery died out. And on the 10th of November, we did have some snow, which was kind of a shock to everybody. So we went out and got a load of salt and grit from the county and salted intersections to help out with some of that intersection issue. Even though the schools were kind of closed, it just still made a safer situation. And Roger helped us with all the road updates on that. So, and then we're also preparing for a burial tomorrow. So we prep today, and then we'll have the burial tomorrow. And that's all I have for the road report. Anybody have anything additional to that? Okay, we're gonna move on to the chief. I forgot you, chief, sorry. We're gonna bring you back into the limelight here. Chief,
Just
come on
bring
up.
in my quarterly report.
Thank you.
What do you give the pretty one?
Well, I think ladies should always be first, and she controls the money, so that's a weird thing.
He does.
Your guys' stats will be on the back.
Yeah.
I'll just put this your stats will be on the
Okay, great.
side. And I'll just put this up here in case anybody else wants. More than happy to answer any questions. And Cindy, thank you for bringing that tanker to our attention.
Oh, yeah, actually, I have that original, so I may as well just give it to you. No, that's the original
Thank you.
invoice I got.
Larry, you have anything on the mention to the chief or?
Chief, no. Looks good though, chief.
Hey, come on in. Tommy, can you sign in, please?
Yes, sir.
Roger, any questions or anything?
No, we're good.
Okay. Well, thank you, guys.
No, we're gonna
Thank you.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
be up at the end of the year to start a discussion with your balls.
That's correct. So I said we have a preliminary discussion, and then remember we got 2 new directors. We'll have to see how they want to handle stuff. So that's it.
Oh,
Yeah, we got finance.
Financial and
administrative.
Minister, yes, sir.
So it'd be good to get started early on that and not
Okay.
have okay?
Thanks,
Sounds
chief,
good, buddy.
appreciate that
You
date.
guys have a great day.
Good to see you again.
Thanks for bringing it out.
Enjoy the holiday.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks.
Everybody, if you don't know, that's our fire chief here in Urbana. So he comes out and gives us a quarterly report on the EMS and all the other fire runs that we have within the township. Thanks again, chief.
Thank you.
See you.
Yep.
Thanks, chief.
Okay.
Quite a lot.
Oh, yeah, it did, yeah.
Did it?
From EMS runs.
Can I, is it Andrew, is it Recton?
Rector?
Rector,
Yes, ma'am.
R-E-C-T-O-R?
And see,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
this
thank
is the
you.
first quarter where it was, we were in there.
She's making the meeting notes.
2 months. That's
How
2
nice to
months.
have that.
That's 3 months. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So first and second quarter, and that was before
First
that.
quarter was
That's amazing.
when Vancrest was still playing. Was Vancrest's first quarter, and that's.
Okay.
Then Vancrest went out in the end of May, so we had June free of them. So that's July, August, September. That's 3 months.
Very good.
Is that 10? Oh my God. Okay. So that's our first pure quarter without Vancrest.
Wow, that's like one quarter, it's 100 less.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on to zoning and cemetery report. We do have our zoning officer here tonight, which is great. Sean Tullis.
Hello.
You wanna give it, Sean, right? Or Blair?
No, Sean, hey,
Okay, great.
we've got the boss here.
So as far as zoning commission had a meeting to reorganize and discuss changes to the zoning resolution on October 16th. We had, a zoning training by LUC, which is the regional planning, organization. It had to do with agriculture zoning rules. It's been a variance request by Richard Bowman for a property out on Ruby Drive to have a further setback. Sounds like that has changed, that the guy that had it may not be building there now. Also the zoning permit for a new front porch out on Dallas Road. Zoning permit for a storage barn on Knight Road. And
Sit. Right there. No, you're next.
hello. Storage.
Nope, all right.
We had a zoning commission meeting to discuss zoning resolution changes and the vote. Changes were approved with some modifications. I've handed that information out to you guys. Where we're at on the timeline, you guys can look at it. If you accept it as is, then you need to schedule a public hearing within 20 days. And then you have to do it within 30 days. And then you have to notify the public at least 10 days before. Then we'll have a public hearing. People can be able to say what they want to say, whether they agree or not, and then they will vote. If they vote to approve it, then it goes back to LUC and it'll take effect within 30 days. And what it's dealing with are some inside Urbana Township fence rules, since we don't really have any, and increasing the height of a barn so that people in rural settings, in residential settings in the township can have a taller doors and put boats or campers and that kind of stuff in it. What was the third one?
Yeah. The storage container.
Yeah, so
Storage container, yeah.
the shipping containers that go on rail cars and on ships, there's a lot of them being put in right now to use as storage buildings. We're not gonna get rid of them. They're a good sturdy, stout building, so we're trying to put some parameters on it so we have some control over what actually does get put in. So those are the changes to that we're gonna vote on. Cemetery, we're gonna bury Jane Stevens tomorrow at between 11:30 and 12. On the 21st of October, I sold 6 grave sites to a couple, and I sold 2 more grave sites to Mr. and Mrs. Steffen. We buried Mr. Steffen a couple days after that, and that's it. Oh, one last thing I forgot to put on. I did reach out to Miss Dunleavy about, about 1230 South Avenue. Explained to her there were 3 things that her neighbors were complaining about, all having to do with the property at 1230 South Avenue. I sent her plan for how she's gonna deal with it. She's gonna board up the building by December 5th, so the animals can't get in it. Apparently people have dumped yard waste in the yard. It's gonna take her a while to get that cleaned up. She's committing to do that by May 1st. And then there's a vehicle there that's abandoned. She doesn't have the title for it. She doesn't know how to go through that process. So she's asking until April 1st to make that happen. So she's got a plan, she's committed to it. We'll see if she ends up doing that or not. So.
Okay. It's right there.
I'm sorry?
Do you want me to send this to you? It's her reply to Sean on the complaints.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
I was just trying to print it off and it's not allowing me to for some reason.
I'll get you a copy, Sandy.
I can send it.
Can you send it, Sandy?
I should be able to. File. And that's all I've got.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Good update. Blair, Sean, anything? Or
Yeah.
Blair and
Just
Roger?
to go on with Sean, to reply to the other complaint was, a gentleman up in Briarwood. I spoke to him and that's been taken care of, and he's withdrawn, his request to have a noise ordinance. He's fine, he's gonna start calling the sheriff's department, which is what they wanted to do, instead of going through an ordinance.
Making a township-wide ordinance for
Yeah,
noise.
that's why I told him, I said, I stopped in and talked to the lieutenant there, and he said, it's still gonna come down to where a deputy has to make the call, whether there's an ordinance or not. So Anthony accepted that and said, that's fine.
Okay,
So that's withdrawn.
very good. All right, we're gonna move on to Mr. Cassidy here. Jumped in, which we could, I know you're a busy man, like to get maybe to another township, but Mr. Cassidy is one of our commissioners here in the county, so
Good evening,
we'll
everyone.
let you know.
Good evening, gentlemen. Sandy, how are you?
Good.
I appreciate your graciousness with your time, both previously when I was here and tonight. I previously spoke with Blair about what I was here to talk to you about earlier, the foregoings of inside millage on property tax. Just to let you know, I'm sure you already know, but I spoke with Roger last week, and he thought it'd be best if I come and explain, or try to explain, where we're at with that. The commission had voted roughly a month ago to forego the $962,000 of increased millage to our general fund. And as you know, I was here and asked, well, let me back up a second. With us doing that, if the county was the only entity that would do that, it would have very little effect to the average taxpayer. So what I did was, there's 28 entities counting the county that receives inside millage. So I had made up a chart and had visited all but I think 3 townships in that list of folks that receive inside millage. And I'd ask each one of those entities, including yourself, to consider doing the same thing after you consulted with, obviously, your fiscal person, your legal representation, and the county auditor. One of the reasons why I thought this was a good thing for the county to do, and I still think it's a good thing for the county to do, if the rules didn't change at the 11th hour. One of the other responsibilities I have as a commissioner, I serve on the State Tax and Finance Committee. And when House Bill 335 first came out, the intention of 335 and the reason why the Commissioners Association supported 335 was because House Bill 335 caps the increase in inside millage at the rate of inflation, which was exactly what the commission was trying to do by rolling back our mills collected. Was we were trying to cancel out the big spikes in property tax. You know, like in 2022, Champaign County seeing roughly a 22 to 26% increase. Property taxes largely due to the inside millage. Valuation goes up, inside millage goes up at a 1-to-1 ratio. So we were all on board in supporting House Bill 335 because it was going to cap that, and it couldn't increase any higher than the rate of inflation, which right now they say is around 2.9%. However, at the 11th hour, when it passed the House, they added language to it that said that any entity that willingly gave up their inside millage, any portion of their inside millage, would have to apply to have that inside millage reinstated the next tax cycle. Our intention And my intention in this endeavor all along was to forego the increase in inside millage for 1 year. Upon the second tax cycle, we anticipated House Bill 335 in its original form being law, and then that would actually do what we did the first year. It would cap that inside millage to where it couldn't increase by 30%. And as you've seen in the map that I provided you, everywhere across the county, there's going to be a property tax increase with the bills that come out in February. Since that language has been added to House Bill 335, it's in the Senate now, and I think it's had 3 readings. The Commissioners Association is trying to get that language removed, but it's not been removed at this point. With that being said, the Commissioners have rescinded their previous motion to forego the collection of those mills, and the reason why is because we could afford to do that for 1 tax cycle. The law comes in effect and then it evens it out. We can't give up that 0.6 mills into perpetuity, or whatever you want to call it. With that being the case, we can't do that, and nor can we advise or request that anyone else do that. I think it's going to be hard to maintain the services on our end that people need out of the county without the ability to recoup that 0.6 mills after that year's up. So with that being said, there's no way that I could come out here and ask you folks to do that, and then you face the same danger. So I'm here tonight to ask you, or to advise you not to do that. I wish that language wouldn't have been added. I still believe it's the right thing to do by the county taxpayer, but I don't think it's the responsible thing to do with that language in there. Now, the only other thing I want to say about this issue while I'm here tonight and speaking with you folks is this. Almost every entity I went to seriously looked at doing this and wanted to do this. I won't say every entity, but it really, to me, it really says a lot when townships get the least income of any of us. And the townships were the most willing to step up. I can't say that surprises me, because obviously you guys know my history in township government, but every other entity has an alternate form of income. Townships really doesn't, but they were willing to sacrifice to help their taxpayer. So I will tell you that my colleague, our colleague on LUC, Mike Yoder, who's a commissioner in Logan County and a former auditor in Logan County, he testified last week before the Senate, and he used Champaign County and what I've been doing as an example to the Senate. But at this point, if they took the language out of there tomorrow, we're not circling back. And the reason why, it's too much back and forth and too much confusion.
It's getting too late too.
I think it'll be too late, the 19th.
Yeah.
So, it's unfortunate. I think it was a good endeavor. From my standpoint, my outlook, I don't think it's ever wrong to try to fight for the people you represent to lower their cost of living. So that was my intention. And I appreciate you folks' time and listening to me and considering doing that. And I just think it's unfortunate that we're not going to be able to, at least the county's not going to be able to do it.
What kind of increase are people looking at on their taxes? Is it gonna be like 30-40%?
The map will show you, if you take the map that I gave you,
29.47.
if you take that and divide it in half, that's about what you're gonna see. These percentages on here represent the increase in valuation. And the auditor's office told me that if you take that and divide it in half, that will be the increase in the actual tax dollars. So
15% is what you're saying for residential.
for Urbana Township,
15%, yeah.
yep,
A little less than that.
Yep, and agriculture is gonna be looking at about 21.5%.
Yeah, they're gonna get hit hard.
Mechanicsburg is the highest place in the county. In town, they're gonna be looking at around a 23% increase. I will tell you, several of the entities had already passed resolutions to do that. Mechanicsburg was one of those. Goshen Township was one of those. And all I can tell you is, people were willing to do the right thing. And part of our case with the House and the Senate was that if you put this additional strings on this, it's gonna have a chilling effect on people wanting to do the right thing. So we'll wait and see what happens with House Bill 335, but I can tell you as of this evening, the County Commissioners Association is an opponent of that bill because of the added language. So again, I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you earnestly considering joining with the county to do this. As I said earlier, I still think it's a good thing. I think it was the right thing to do, but I just don't know how you sustain long term without ever being able to level back off. So, thank you.
Anything else? No? Roger Blair, anything? No? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's gonna be good.
I'm going to take off because I got to
Yeah.
get to Mechanicsburg's meeting. So
Okay.
I appreciate you folks.
And John?
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate the update, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening, folks.
Okay, guys, we're moving along. We're gonna,
Well, I still want, I said it last meeting, I'm gonna say it again this meeting. Urbana Township still collects the smallest amount of millage of any township in Champaign County, by far. We're only at 0.2, where Mechanicsburg's at 4.5, and we're only 0.2. So,
we're saying we're fortunate to be in Urbana Township.
no one pays less taxes than what Urbana Township does as far as township, what the township gathers. And like I said, it's tough to, we're all taxpayers too, it hits all of us. And it sucks.
We'll see it in February, right? More or less.
Yeah.
Very good.
So get the next smaller Christmas tree this year, not the jumbo one.
Okay. Very good.
That's,
Okay, good. Thank
we
you.
never made a motion, so that's why I told Tim, and then
Yeah, we never did. We
we
never
going to.
never got to that
Yeah.
point, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. All right, we're gonna move on. I do have it's a website email update. The only thing that I did in the website was to add 2 public meeting notices for Urbana Township. I think maybe Sean might have brought them up. Urbana Township Board of Zoning Appeals will hold a public hearing on Monday, November 24th regarding application of conditional use for Lamar Companies. It's a sign, big sign company. They want some conditional use off of a premise sign, and there's a certain parcel number there. And then the next one is 30 minutes later, right after that public hearing, is another one basically for application for a variance applied by Richard Bowman. So 30 feet request for front of property. So he's looking for a variance there. So those 2 public notices are on our website. And if there is a public notice, it's usually on there, and then we usually put it in the paper. We may go more digital in the future to save a little money on putting it in the paper, that type of thing. So that is all the updates for the website, but just to update you guys too, anything you need or a next meeting time, it's all on the website as well. And all of our contact names are there as well if you need to get a hold of one of us or kind of have an idea what's going on out there in the township. Okay, we're gonna move on to unfinished business. We're getting closer to public comment. Just hang in there. But we'll go through some unfinished business. or old business, if you wanna say. I'll start with you guys, Roger, Blair, anything on that side?
The only old business that we have, that was been new business, is just, just a resolution from Jane.
Okay,
I have something, so.
Okay, well,
I-
let's do yours first then.
Okay, so the Joyce Bowman, that's the indigent, not burial, but,
Cremation.
cremation, yeah. So that was returned by the state. They, are requiring that even though we have all the paperwork from the funeral home and her son, the board has to vote on at the meeting that finding Miss Bowman indigent in order for them to reimburse us for, that fee that we paid to, that funeral home down in Springfield that took care of her. So I have I have her death certificate, her burial transmit permit, and I have the bill. It looks like it was $850 to Richards, Raff, and Dunbar. So if you guys wanna review it, you'll see that there's affidavits in here from the funeral home and from, I think you've probably already
Yeah,
seen
we saw
this. So, but someone, we need to have, find her indigent during the meeting, so I can put it in there, and resubmit it to the state, for this to get reimbursed.
You wanna do it, Roger, or you want?
Huh?
You wanna do it?
Go ahead,
Do you wanna see this?
yeah,
We looked at last meeting,
well, he did that.
but they did what?
She lived in our township and she died and is indigent.
Yeah.
So if you die in our township and you're indigent, then the township pays to bury you or to
cremate you.
cremate you. And then you can submit it to the state. If you do all the paperwork, jump through all their hoops, they will give you the money back. That's what I'm trying to do. I need someone to make a motion finding, her indigent by looking at I looked her up, she doesn't own any property in our township. She did live in our township. The funeral home and declared her indigent, and her son was declared indigent as well. And so we paid for her to be cremated.
Okay, well, I knew that we, yeah, we do the processing to get paid.
You need to move to find her indigent.
Okay, I move that way, that she's indigent.
Okay.
I second it.
Right.
you have a question, Roger?
Okay, go ahead, Roger, what?
It's okay, it's right. Now it's time to ask.
Well, I guess I don't get all this. We've never seen this pop up before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've done it twice before.
I know
But
that,
they've never, because they just brought the money back last year. Like, they may take the money away again in the next fiscal cycle, but they brought the money back for this,
To be reimbursed, more or
yeah,
less.
the state put it in their budget July. Last year, we had 2 indigent burials that we got the money back. So this year, we have this one, and, they run their budget July to June, so they may not, once the money's gone, like, well, I may submit this and they may say, we don't have any more money.
Yeah.
yeah,
But, they have so much money each year that they will reimburse townships for, but they want not just the funeral home to declare them indigent, they want the township to declare them indigent before they will consider giving us the money back.
okay, I got it, okay.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to claim that Joyce Bowman was an indigent and that we're applying for reimbursement through the state. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Thank you, Sandy. Good explanation. Have some more here?
Yeah, so we also had the lights that Roger was gonna check with Pioneer on in old
Yep.
business. If we are going to, let's see where I got those. If we're going to continue the, assessments,
Yeah.
And
so,
there's no further increase at this point.
okay, but they did go up, was it like to 19%, wasn't it, Blair, from 14?
14, that's 14 cents per kilowatt to 19 cents. That's
Okay.
what, yeah, that's why but Roger said that they're gonna hold it, so.
Okay, so are you wanting to go ahead and renew these assessments at the current rates that we have then? It's for Tecumseh Woods, it's, $5.88 per lot for each of the 50 lots. Is to pay for their lights, see how many lights do they, they have 2 street lights. It's for 10 years. The second one is Pullens Woods. It's $29.80 per lot. They have 29 lots, would be for 10 years. And the third one is Ward Manor, has 8 street lights, 48 per lot for 18 lots per year. So if you want to continue those assessments, we can continue them, or we can revisit it next year.
I'm saying we should revisit them next year because
Okay,
even though they told me that, they may change their mind in a year.
okay.
When prices might go up a lot,
I
I'm
mean-
thinking.
And there's enough in the fund to pay for all that this year, correct?
Yeah.
There's enough carryover.
Yeah. There's enough carryover to go a year without assessing, but we need to mark it on the calendar to revisit it next year because we may not have enough money for another year.
Right.
Do we need a motion for that, or we just?
Nope,
Okay.
I will mark that to revisit.
Of course, Karen will just get, if we build up too much, she's gonna ask us to do that anyway, and,
She'll just cut it off.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Keep going, Sandy. Got another one? You guys cold?
I am cold, thank you.
And if you got the resolution for June, and,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
is that old business too?
yeah, it's all business, I'll go ahead.
So, do you wanna look at
Yep.
that? Okay, that's all I have. Old business.
Okay, great, Sandy, thanks.
And then we have one on here with the solar. We've got a resolution, to go ahead and we're gonna authorize the prosecuting attorney's office to take all necessary action to enforce the restriction of certain solar and wind projects pursuant to House Bill 52 adopted. So again, I move that, we authorize the prosecuting attorney's office to take its necessary action, which puts us firmly against solar. And that's why I know you guys are, a lot of you are here tonight, so the 3 of us, will depend on the outcome of our vote, but that's the motion.
And I second that motion.
Okay, and basically I'll explain that again. Yeah,
You wanna
thanks.
read that through there?
I'd like to explain it again before we vote. But this is a resolution to authorize the prosecuting attorney's office to take all necessary action to enforce the restriction of certain solar and wind projects pursuant to HB 52 adopted. So,
That's it.
all in favor of approving this, or what do you call it, all in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Yeah,
So,
you too.
yeah, I
voted
said aye as well.
aye also.
Aye as well.
So we, all 3 trustees are firmly against solar. So that's why I've been talking to some other people about this. It's like,
We've been listening
Yeah.
to
yeah,
constituents. We've been going to the meetings that RWE's been having, and basically they're educational meetings more or less. But We've been listening to, Blair gets calls almost daily, Roger does too, myself, we get letters in the mail. We got a nice letter from a,
Her.
yeah, that was real nice.
It was a good, it was well written letter, by the way, Mimi.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice, thank you. And so we've been listening, and we are here to represent you guys. We're, I mean, we may have an opinion of things, but we are here to actually just listen and take care of the people that we represent. And hopefully we're on the right side of your thoughts as well.
I wanna bring up, since, are you here too for solar also, sir?
Oh, no, I'm just here to support you guys.
Okay, well, no, I'm serious, you know, I didn't know if, speaking to some people, what we're gonna need now is signatures and petitions. I mean, it's one thing for, we are against solar. We also need to have signed petitions about residents, preferably as many as people can get, that we can take over to the high power siting board, I say siting board. I mean, we would like to be able to hand that over also. I mean, you guys, that's gonna be the public meeting for you guys to go and tell people how you feel. We know how you feel, and we support what the township believes in. Like Matt said, I mean, I don't, any of the three of us have not had one person that supports us come up and say, hey, would you guys change your mind? It should be those people sitting here, not you guys, because not one person has come and supported it, which says a lot about this also. So, anyway,
No, that's
sorry,
good.
I went off.
Blair is probably one of our experts.
Well, that's not a good thing.
He's more of a lead on the solar side, so he's been the face of it for at least us. And so
Yeah.
the commissioners, county commissioners, also have a big say in this as well. And then obviously the Ohio Power Siting Board, they listen to everybody's comments, what they have to say, good or bad, right or wrong, and they'll take it in and soak it up. And then they kind of look at what the trustees are saying, what's the commissioner saying, and this is what
And then what,
OPSB will say.
you know what the residents are saying?
And what the residents, yeah, obviously, and they get that from the Ohio Power Siting Board feedback that you can provide. So
Yeah.
it's
It's a long road, you guys. It is. So, and it's in pre-application yet. They still gotta get through that first phase, and there's nothing saying that that's gonna be that easy for them, so, I don't know. We'll let you guys talk more at the.
yeah, we'll have a comment very shortly. Just hang in there. We'd love to hear stuff. Roger, you have any more on that?
No.
Okay.
I've got printouts of what they handed out at the last public meeting.
If they did.
And it's the OPSB, they're the ones, the Power Sitting Board, Ohio Power Sitting Board. It's where you can contact them, send them emails, letters to either support or complain. And what she told me was that, that they're at the beginning of the process, okay? There's a document saying that it's grandfathered, it's not grandfathered, okay? So that's what she told me. She said, we're at the beginning, it's been a new request to do the solar panels instead of the turbines. And, well, it didn't print off this page. But, that's what they told me, and they said there'll be more meetings, but because of the size of it, it's out of the township ability to affect it. If it's less than 50 megawatts, then the township trustees can have some input. The last time I looked at it, it was 117. They've dropped a lot of them that are gonna go on North Dugan. I don't know what the current amount of acreage is, but it's still above the 50. So it still goes back to the state, this OPSB board, and the county commissioners. So
It's very good, Sean.
Thanks.
And again, I think everybody knows this, if they don't, well, it's very repeat. All 12 townships in Champaign County have voted for no commercial solar. The commissioners have voted as a commissioners, no commercial solar. But when you hit over that 100 megawatt, it's now out of the commissioner's hands, out of the township's hands. That goes, now it flips right over to High Power Sighting Board, and they make, it's now a public entity. So these companies are smart how they can bounce over top of us. So all we can sit there and just pray that there's enough people that sign petitions and get behind this thing to stop it, like they did the turbines over in Champaign and Union County. A small group of people stopped a multi-billion-dollar company from building towers here, so it can happen. I am done. I'll shut
Very
up
good,
now.
Blair. No, I think that's all a little bit of an education, and we all kind of could use a little update too. So. All right, we're gonna, I'm gonna, on my unfinished business was RC2. I don't have anything to share on that, any updates, I need to still continue that, same FYI. That's okay. We moved to new business. You guys have any new business besides? I have one item.
Go.
I brought it up earlier, we want to get some new signs for Jedora and Oakview Drive. Those are in pretty bad shape compared to everything else that we have out on the township. Roger does a county drive quite often. We all do, looking at signs, looking at tree-covered signs, and looking at signs that get smashed over by somebody driving through a stop sign. It happens a lot. So these two signs that need an update, so we'll be asking what those are. But I did get a quote from the company that provides it, and I'm just gonna get $75 a piece, so it'll be $150 that we're gonna be spending towards these signs. I just wanna see if there's any issue between Roger and Blair and that, so I'll proceed with that and let him know that that's
That's maintenance, we don't need a motion for that.
just letting you know what that costs. There'll be very new signs, they'll be very similar to the ones that you go to Tecumseh Woods, real nice sign down that way too. Really bright and easy to see. Thank you guys. I don't have any more news updates on that. Ready to move on to
Sandy?
Sandy? Yeah, Oh, I didn't.
What I have is executive session, so you just need to finish up,
Okay.
do the
Well,
bills, and then.
Okay,
Before we get,
couple more things, I'm sorry.
okay, go ahead, man.
If you guys haven't noticed, Township's been part of the widening of Dugan Road between 29 and 36. That has been completed now. It's been finished. They did find out that they did not spend all the money that they were allocated, so they were planning on, I think there was a culvert or two that they didn't need to replace, and they were planning on spending that, so they changed their mind, and that money will, they'll reimburse some of that back to the township. So, but that is complete. It should be in good shape for all of us to enjoy a little bit more, a little widened road. Just wanted to update you on that. It's about $23,000 less than the bid price, so pretty good chunk of change that they'll be giving back. And then just another piece of information, and I can ask the trustees. Wright State University's been, they want to discontinue a membership in the Ohio Network of American History Research, and they have some documents that they have been holding and looking into, special collections and archives. Basically, it's from some old stuff, civil dockets, justice of the peace from 1871 to 1914. And they want to know if we want that information back, and we would like to we have an option to let the archives, state of Ohio, be able to obtain that. And a lot of the information that we have is sitting behind you a little bit in that cabinet there. So we don't want to take 6 foot linear, 6 feet, 15 volumes if we didn't have to take it. So we're going to pass that on. So Roger, Blair, are you okay with passing that on?
Pass it.
So I will finish that this week too. Very good. Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve bill payments and allow Sandy to distribute and mail checks for
So
approved
moved.
payments.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
The other thing too, you got the Christmas party, county Christmas party is the 10th, I think,
December 10th.
December 10th.
Thanks, that's been.
Do you know that?
I do, I'm not
Okay,
going.
you're not going.
December 10th.
Bah humbug you.
You know,
Are you going to see me?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You put the party on.
Probably because I'm on that board.
I got
It's
put
your
on-
I
party.
have to clean up.
It's your party.
I got put on that board, Sandy.
I think the tickets are high. I'm like, for the meal we get.
Yeah.
but Whatever.
I can't eat it, so.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you an update on our next meeting if you guys, anybody like to come. It'll be December, it'll be our last one for the year, December 15th. That's one of the announcements I'd like to share with all the time. Okay, we're gonna now move to public comment, and I'll give you guys just a little update. You can, if you wouldn't mind, each individual wishing to talk or say anything, obviously you signed in, that's always a prerequisite. Please state your name and your address, if that would be, it's basically just provide context for us and everybody. Sometimes we have some out of township people, we like to know what's going on there. And then we usually have a 5-minute time limit. It probably won't take 5 minutes, but you're more than welcome to take it. And there'll be no back and forth, we just wanna let you get it all out, and then at the end, we'll ask questions, or if we have any, if you have something you want us to answer. And other than that, you guys have any questions so far? What is that? We'll start with anybody who wants to jump up first. You guys especially that came here first. That'd be great.
Do you have?
Yeah, it's fine. Sure.
you can dance if you want.
I'm not prepared for that.
Okay, you do.
Alright, my name is Nicole Doyle. I live at 2757 State Route 54. My husband and I own the property and we run the Shire Farm over there. We're just across the street. I just wanted to let you guys know that we are opposed to the solar and it would greatly impact our property and our farm. Sorry.
It's okay.
Beyond. Sorry.
It's great that you come here to be able to do that. It's not easy. It's okay.
The site currently proposed would impact multiple farmers that are currently commodity farming that land. And based on the USDA average of bushels per acre, that is about $1 million in annual revenue for local community folks that we would be losing. This would also impact our wildlife. We have a wonderful deer population here in Urbana, and I don't want to restrict that with fences and solar. And we have a lot of birds. We have a lot of eagles and different types of birds, falcons, and I'm not sure how that would impact them. The visual appearance is concerning, as you will be able to, I mean, that's all you can see driving down that road. It's gonna be all solar panels. And when I spoke with the RWE representatives about who they were gonna sell the power to, they said they didn't know. And as far as I understand it, we're powered by Pioneer Electric, and as far as I understand it, they would never power our house that is right across the street. And that just doesn't make any sense. Renewable energy is great. Renewable energy is important, just not on our prime farmland. Put it on top of buildings, put it on top of parking lots. Not like this. I know you guys said that you're against it, I would ask if there's anything that citizens can do to help contribute towards, opposing. Please let us know. I feel powerless. I feel like they came in and they said, this is what we're gonna do, and that's that. So, if there's something, anything, if we can zone, if the zoning is a thing, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
The best thing they said, and that's from the state power board, is to contact them, emails, voicemails, letters. The more people that sign off on that to say no, they are still in a decision-making process, is what the young lady told me. So,
And I did submit our comment to their website,
great,
so.
great, thank you.
Larry, any more additional, or Roger?
Well, I don't think you're powerless, that's for sure. First of all, you know, I got this letter from them, and I think
Yeah, we all
they
do.
did too, so,
Appreciate
you
it.
know, that's a great sign. And sometimes you gotta stand up for what you feel's right, and you did that.
Petitions. Okay. Rally, there's some people, you met some of them out there. There's a good gang of people that, I think they're gonna start going door to door. So if you wanna be part of that army, you know, that's where the power is. So I would get a hold of Brad Winter, and Brad's kind of coordinating all this, and Brad Jr., by the way, and join that group.
They provide, free signs.
Yeah, they,
That's even,
yeah.
we've got some. I just got them.
I'm going to the library and printing a couple more, bigger ones.
Okay, thank you so much, appreciate it. Sir, we got, your, I'm
Dan
sorry.
Director, 2855 State Route 54, right next door to that.
Okay,
I'm just gonna piggyback off what she said. Obviously, solar in itself is probably the direction that we're going, but ag land is not the place for it. There's numerous solar farms that you could use as a litmus test. The results are all the same. The negative effects on wildlife, whether it be deer, migratory species, resident species, is extremely negative. Also to mention, property values, both residential and ag, tend to go through the floor. You have runoff issues where the farms are that will flood, fields that previously weren't flooded, you know, typical runoff issues. I think that a lot of the land that is being leased for these solar projects are owned by people who currently live out of state, which obviously my feelings on that are not great. So, like I said, I think in agreement with my neighbors, seems like I'm in agreement with most of you guys, that there's numerous studies that go over the negative impacts, and other than studies that are put on by solar companies that will cherry pick statistics, there's none that show any benefit to having it. There's studies that show that it affects the microclimate by raising ambient temperatures, which again is not good for the neighboring farmlands. You know, other than the people who are leasing the farmland and solar companies, nobody in the immediate area benefits from this. I think, you know, you brought up zoning. I don't know, with all this already being zoned as ag land, you know, does it have to be changed to a commercial property, or, you know, I'm not sure about how that works.
Again, as far as zoning goes, I've got a manual, it's our zoning resolution. There's a small portion about solar, and all we're able to manage, or zone are non-commercial. So less than 50 megawatts, okay? As soon as it climbs above that, then it goes to the county commissioners and the Ohio Power Sitting Board. So our hands are tied. As far as zoning goes, my hands are tied. I've been since I'm not elected, I can be a little more direct and blunt with the folks. And the lady from the state said, well, I don't want to make you upset. I'm not upset. I'm just telling you, my residents are not supporting this. So, she said, write to them, contact them, email them, get as many people as you can, get signed petitions from people, and that's the best way to let them know how strongly our residents in Urbana Township feel against this.
And the other thing I'd like to circle back to with the agricultural properties, the neighboring agricultural properties, is that the amount of zinc and galvanizing material they're putting into the ground. It does negatively affect neighboring fields as well, just based on the metals and whatnot they're putting into the ground to support the infrastructure for the transmission of the power and whatnot. But so I think that's all I have. Thank you.
I agree with all your points. I do.
Very good, thank you. Do you have any more on that, Roger, Larry, for this guys? Well, like you mentioned, petitions, right? Is there anybody has one now that we could?
They're starting up. That's
Okay,
right.
okay. Yeah, that's good news.
They're going, I just talked to Brad today, and that's one of the things he asked. He said, so that's what we need. We have to have something when we go there. One of us will represent the township at the public hearing. I don't think all three of us will go. We don't need to, because only one will be able to speak. But we would like to be able to have a handful, or hopefully a stack of petitions that we can hand to them and say, these people say no. So if they want to rule against, there's 3,000, basically 3,000 residents in Urbana Township. And yes, the city is in Urbana Township, but municipality, you know, it's kind of its own thing there, but they could get more involved if they would, and that would be their way to pressure that, is to go to a town council meeting and ask for the city to step in and say, look, join this fight with us. And I mean, because you guys are spending money in the city. You're paying taxes for things inadvertently to the city through school taxes. So head that way too. Try to force their hand to come in with us. So.
And just to add to that, they'll probably, because they're a little smarter this time than the others were. This isn't the first time this has popped up. So they're a little smarter. They will take every avenue to win.
Look at the, well, go ahead, Patrick.
You have to take every avenue to win also. That's the way it is.
RWE's feather in their cap, or what they're banking on, is when you ask them where the power's gonna go, they say it goes to the grid. My comment specifically was, oh, that's code for it goes to the East Coast. I didn't agree with that, but the other thing that they are hanging their hat on is that they're providing a lot of taxes, which your local government, not in the township, but I'm sure at county level, the politicians, they like tax money. So, that's usually what their response is, regardless of who you talk to at these public meetings. So, goes to the grid, and we're generating taxes for the community. So.
Very good. Thank you, Sean. It's good. We appreciate you guys' comments. We'll sit now on next to Mr. Ballard. You were in here.
Well, thank you, sir. I don't have very many things. Buddy Ballard, 2005 Oakview Drive. First, I want to thank all three of you for passing the motion and the resolution to align yourself with the rest of the county to fight this solar issue. It sounds like that's a general consensus of the county. I know I feel that way. I would agree with the young lady's comments about there's a lot better options for them to put up solar panels if they want to, but I think using permeable, fertile farmland and destroying it is
is a waste. So thank you for your allegiance to the rest of the townships and the county to fight that. Sean, thank you for everything you're doing as far as getting the information out there and fighting it as well.
Thank you.
Second thing, I want to congratulate Roger and Blair both on their re-election. Very good activity. We're glad to have you guys. We appreciate everything you do for the township.
Thank you.
And then third, Matt, I've looked at that sign for 30 years at the end of my road. Will you do me a favor before you replace it? I get half my mail that says Oak View 2 words and half my mail that says Oak View 1 word, and no one, including the county, can tell me whether it's supposed to be 1 or 2. And unfortunately, Jack Stoltz is dead. So, can you find out? My wife wants it to stay 2 words, but if you punch it in Google, it's gonna come up 1 word. It all depends on how you look at it, what piece of mail I get. Is it possible to find out before we put the sign back up?
Yeah, oh yeah, I can.
Okay. And Becky's already gonna vote for 2 words, I'll tell you right now. So if you make it 1 and I'm wrong, she's gonna kill me, dude, so.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all I got. Thank you, guys.
Very good, buddy.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you, sir. And, Mr. Tommy Strange.
Yeah. My name's Thomas Strange. I live over on Dell Drive, 3230. I'm just here to support the township guys and do like the fact that you guys are on board with no solar. And I just went to the last meeting that they had there in town because I didn't know where the solar panels were going to be. You know, and I had heard that there was one grouping that was taken off their thing. And so that was kind of informative, but I was hearing the same things. I asked the question is, how is it going to benefit the township in Urbana with putting all these solar panels, even with the wind turbines, same thing. It was going somewhere else. So to me, I mean, with what everybody has said so far is, you know, we don't need to lose more farmland for solar. And there's a lot of different opportunities. They could, like, above parking lots, buildings. I mean, like Walmart, that whole roof there could be solar panels. Sure. But definitely glad that you guys are on board with no solar. And yeah, where can I get some signs at? Who has them yellow?
Brad Winter.
Okay.
You know Brad Winter?
He's on Dugan between 36 and 29.
Tom, when you turn right there at Dugan and go toward Walmart, that's where you just built that new barn, turn the barn down.
Okay.
That's right house right there.
He's got the Ford garage.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
Right?
Sorry, Blair, I'm interrupting.
No.
But congratulations on you guys,
As
because
soon as you.
we definitely want to make sure that you guys got back in. And
Thanks,
I've
Tom.
known Matt for a while. So you guys are doing a killer job.
Thank you for coming in.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, I just want to know, I kind of just support you guys. And
Yeah. Well,
I
thank you
should have
guys.
come a few meetings earlier, some of the stuff you guys were dealing with.
You gotta renew that.
But it was nice to come in
So
here
we
and
go back to
have a
that.
good day.
Thank you.
I do have.
Yep.
Oh, it's,
That was new business.
very good, guys. I appreciate the information. Thanks for coming and talking. And it's wonderful to hear the comments. We don't always hear the positive comments, so it's great to hear.
Mr. Eaglesizer also wished Roger and Blair well. He sent me an email.
Okay. Yeah. And but yeah, anytime you want to come and voice your opinion or voice your thoughts or have a question on something, you can always ask on the email or the website too. If you have a question, ask on the and you can send us an email. We can answer it right away. That way you don't have to wait for a meeting, more or less. But other than that, you guys, I know the time is up for you guys you can probably leave here soon, but we are going to have one other thing before we have to go into an executive session. We want to renew the commission for the appeals board, which is James Heiser, yes, sir. We have an appeals board that needs renewed every so often, and his is coming up. Obviously, well, it just passed a couple of days ago. So we need to renew it. I reached out to him. He does want to keep going with it for another term. So
I move that we reappoint.
I second.
okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Jim is back on. Thanks, Amy. Okay, we're gonna move on to. We're gonna move motion to go into executive session.
You need to be under.
Yeah, I
that.
will.
Okay.
I'm getting it. I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session 121.22G1. It is for personnel matters, more or less. Can I get a second on that?
I second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. So guys, at this time, the board would now go into executive session to discuss personnel matters, as this will conclude the public portion of the meeting. No further business will follow the executive session other than just close it out, more or less. We'll ask everyone that's in attendance tonight to please leave at this time so we can do that.
But thank you, guys.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you all, appreciate you.
Thank you guys.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you,
Tonight.
sir.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for coming.
Good job on taking care of that little ditch there.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.